What's good, everybody? It is when I come back at you on another video. So this video I wanted to talk about the power of persistence and to explain to you why persistence pays. Literally, why persistence literally pays. Now, first and foremost, I want to start off with persistence itself, explaining what that is, right? Of course, persistence is going after something. It is making your mind up as far as what it is you want and committing to that, right? It means showing up each and every day and putting your best foot forward towards whatever it is, right? It means believing in yourself and believing in whatever it is that you do, right? Because without belief, you can't persist, right? You need to believe in what you do in order for you to persist, because if you didn't believe it, you wouldn't persist, right? If, say, for example, you knew that something wasn't going to work out, right? You believed that something wasn't going to work out. If that were to be the case, you would just give up, right? If you were in school, say you were pursuing an advanced degree, but you believe you weren't going to finish the program, that you weren't going to graduate, that it was just a waste of time, then you wouldn't continue showing up each and every day to the classroom, doing homework, studying, taking the exam. You wouldn't do that. You would just drop it all, right? That's the same with everything in life. If you had fitness goals and you were showing up, working out, or at the gym, but you just believed it wasn't effective, you wouldn't continue going, right? Because persistence and belief, they can be used interchangeably. They're the same thing, right? Because you need belief in order to persist. Otherwise, if you didn't believe, you wouldn't continue something, right? It's the same idea if you're watching this video and you're a YouTuber, you're a content creator. If you didn't believe in what you did, if you didn't believe in your purpose, if you didn't believe in your work, you would just stop. You would just give up. You would stop pursuing it, because in your mind, in your eyes, you're not going to get a reward from it. You're not going to make it, quote unquote, make it, right? So that's why you would stop. But what you need to understand is, in this world, in this lifetime, persistence is what pays. Persistence is what helps filter or sift out the people who are serious about something versus the people who are giving it a shot or giving it a try, right? Persistence is what separates the superstars in life or in each given industry versus the newbies, right? In this lifetime, we as people, we always support and look after and we desire the superstars in all areas, in all industries, right? For example, you are always looking for the best of everything. It doesn't matter if you're looking for, let's say, a TV, for example, right? You are trying to look for the best TV at the best price point that fits your budget, with the best performance, the best specifications, the best everything, right? You're not just going in blindly and purchasing whatever TV from whatever electronics store, say Best Buy, whatever it is. You're looking for the best. When you're hungry, right? Ideally, you're looking for the best meal within the given price point that you're looking for, right? If you are looking to get a burger, right, you would prefer to get the burger from the popular place that is really good versus the other place that has bad reviews that people often avoid, right? You're always looking for the best. And in order for you to be the best at something, you need to persist, right? The superstars in each of the given industries in the world, those are generally people who are the experts in their field because they showed up each and every day and they persisted, right? There's a saying that the master is simply the student that continues showing up. And it's true, right? For a lot of the things that people do, they weren't born knowing how to do this, right? Musicians, say, for example, people who play the piano, people who are exceptional playing the piano, they weren't born knowing how to play the piano, right? Like, they had to learn. And in order for them to get that good, they had to show up and play the instrument each and every day until they got that good. And that's why those famous piano players or those exceptional piano players are the ones who can get gigs that pays them a lot of money because they are the best, right? This is why this is all areas as well, right? Athletes, the best of the best, are often the ones who get paid the most because they're the best. They put in the most time and effort, or they obviously may have had talent that you can't teach, right? Whether it's like height, whether it's like physical gifts on top of their skill, right? So this is with everything. Here on YouTube, if we're using YouTube as an example, those YouTubers who are committed, putting out content because they believe in their work, they believe in what it is that they do, those who continue are the ones who get to reap the benefits of this platform, right? Because if you pouring your heart out in a couple videos and those videos on a brand new channel, those videos don't get traction, right? If you believe these are videos that should get thousands of views, tens of thousands, 100,000 views, and they don't really get to the number that you want in the time that you want, some people will see that and just quit and say, okay, well, I'm not good enough, or this isn't going to take off. But oftentimes it's the people that persist are the ones that end up winning, because most people, it's easier to quit because it's convenient, right? It's just like, oh, I can just drop in, try something new. But if you're always dropping something, trying something new, how are you ever going to be an expert at anything? How are you ever going to be the best at what you do, right? We as people are always looking for the best in all areas, right? If you're looking for clothing, you are looking for the best pieces of clothing that fit you the best, that feel the best as far as material, that look the best as far as design, right? You're looking for the best in that. If you're looking to purchase a vehicle, you're looking to purchase the best vehicle for your price point, right? If you're looking for a mattress, you are looking to purchase the best mattress, the most comfortable mattress at the right size, at the appropriate price point, right? Like, we always want the best that we can have. Each and every person wants the best that we can have. And getting to becoming the best requires you showing up over and over and over, right? And committing to your work, committing to your craft. So when you persist at something, it may very well be possible that you won't reap any benefits or rewards at the beginning, right? But when you persist long enough, that is you essentially playing the longer term or the long-term game, so that towards the back end, towards the tail end, you'll be able to then be rewarded for what you're doing, and oftentimes for your earlier work, right? For small, we keep using YouTube as an example. For small channels, those first dozens or hundreds of videos may not really get attention or views, but it could only take that one video for your channel to completely blow up, right? And then it starts gaining the traction that it deserves. And then as you get more subscribers and the channel gets bigger, those earlier videos that never got views, people probably stumble across it and or watch it because they're curious to see how you were, how your content was at the very beginning of your journey. And so those videos can end up eventually getting the attention that, or the views that you've always wanted, right? That's how it is, right? But there's no way for you to win if you just quit, right? A lot of learning comes from experience. And in order for you to gain that experience, you need to keep going through the motions of whatever it is that you're doing. You want to get into the habit of striving to be the best, right? To be the best at anything and everything that you do, because there is a joy in that, right? It's fun getting better at something, especially something that you enjoy. But then also, when you feel as though you're the best in the world, then that's when you feel like you would want to keep at it because you're good at it, right? So it's like at first you're learning, you're growing, and that's great. But then once you get good at something, you enjoy being good at whatever it is that you're good at. And so you're going to want to try to keep pushing it forward to see how far you can take it. So persistence is a good thing for confidence, right? That's how you build confidence. But eventually other people will see your work. Other people will see what you're capable of. And then that will eventually open up doors for you, because you will eventually have months, years, maybe even decades. You've done something for so long, even decades of experience, that if you're that if you have that much experience, that much expertise in a given industry, you can't be easily replaced. It's not like someone can walk down the street and find another you, right? If you're this, if you continue or persist at YouTube, right, long enough, you will win, right? It's inevitable. You will eventually win. And so when you do get to that point where you've broken through and you've succeeded, it's going to be hard to find someone just like you to just replace you, right? That really won't be a thing. So what you need to understand is persistence will pay, because as you persist, you continue gaining knowledge, you continue getting experience, and that experience is invaluable because that's something that other people will lack. That is going to be the big difference maker, because you can know like the same amount as someone that's just getting started, right? Like I can have the same background information, limited exposure to YouTube as someone else who's just getting started, but that person is missing the experience because they haven't gone through the motion. And if you have so much experience, that can be what separates you from someone else, because that is growth that you've experienced that person is not yet privy to, right? So persistence, if there's something that you're passionate about, if it's something that's important to you, please continue persisting. Do not give up. Persistence will pay, because as you keep going, you will eventually become the best in your field. You will eventually become the best in your industry. And once you're a superstar, you will eventually be compensated like a superstar, because then it'll be very challenging for someone to find someone else like you. That's why there's many people who takes career paths into being specialists, right? Of course, there are general doctors, right? If we use the medical field, right? There are general doctors, and then there are specialists, right? And oftentimes those specialists typically get compensated more because they are hyper focused in a given field of the human body or whatever it is, right? And that's because they persisted in that given specialization. So you see it with everything, right? You see it with all of your wants and desires. You're always looking for the best food, the best clothes, the best living situation, the best objects, right? The best travel destinations, the best Airbnbs. You're always looking for the best. So how, if knowing that people all want the best, right? That's what people desire. If you're able to persist and be the best at something, then people will want to come to you. Opportunities will open for you, right? You will be the best at this. So your knowledge and your expertise will be undeniable, right? So this is why persistence pays, and this is why you need to keep going. If it's something that means something to you, something that's important, you need to keep going, right? And you need to see it through. Now, something else about persistence, the last thing I'll say about persistence, is when you're persisting, right? You need to let things happen. You can't, or you shouldn't want to be forcing things into place. So, of course, when you're going through the motion, when you're learning, when you're growing, right? When you're persisting throughout, might say this is a YouTube journey, you're persisting through a YouTube journey. Allow whatever is meant to unfold for you and your experience to happen, right? Accept it, embrace it, appreciate it, right? Let life work out and stop worrying, right? Your journey is supposed to be your journey, and there are going to be bumps on the road. There's going to be ups and downs. Like that's normal with every single journey, right? Allow it all, appreciate it all, embrace it all, because the journey is what will help mold you into the person that you're meant to become, right? It's to help bring out the best version of you. And oftentimes you in certain industries, right, you can learn what to do by learning what not to do, right? Sometimes you're gonna make mistakes, sometimes you're gonna have to try things, right? Trial and error, and something might not work out, and that's cool, right? It's not the end of the world. Just embrace it all and have fun. So don't worry if things may come up that don't seem helpful or beneficial, right? Don't worry about it. Be detached from all the stuff that are unfolding, right? And just keep at it, one foot in front of the other, until you arrive at your destination. Because trust me, you're closer than you think, and you just need to keep putting your best foot forward, because you are great, you are capable, and you need to know that as long as you continue, you have a North Star, right? Your dream, your goal. As long as you continue heading in that direction towards that North Star, at some point you'll eventually arrive. So just know that persistence pays. May not pay right now, right? But if you continue at it, then at least on the long term end, it will pay. You will become one of the best in your field, the best in your industry, and that will eventually lead to the big bucks. So keep at it, keep going. Don't be worried, don't be discouraged. Allow life to unfold as you're persisting and embrace it all throughout the journey. So that wraps up the video. Enjoy the video. Do leave a like and subscribe as we are on the road to 100 subscriber, guys. So once again, it's Joel, and I'm out. I'll see you guys for the next video.